Hey, Solar Kneecaps here with another SO tier suggestion. Alright, I was looking and I was surprised to not see when I was YouTubing a SO tiers a Cherrim Swords Dancing set. So I decided to take this opportunity to to come up with one of my own. I know that probably somewhere out there's probably plenty of people who have this set, but since I didn't see it posted yet, or maybe someone did and I just couldn't find it, but whatever, this is just my take on it. Alright, so here's Cherrim Swords Dance set. It's gonna have 252 attack, 252 speed, and 6 HP. And it's going to have the adamant nature and a life orb for maximum damage. Alright, so for its 4 attacks is kind of like a main attack, a secondary attack, a support move, and sword stance, because it can't really be a sword stance set without sword stance. So for your main attack, we're just going to go for the stabbed, I think 80 base power seed bomb. And that's going to do a pretty good chunk, so that's with the stab would be like 120, I think, I don't know. So that's your main attack. And then for your secondary, that's either return or Giga Impact, because that's probably, I was looking and there isn't too many good physical moves that Cherrim knows. Maybe there is that I just couldn't find, but I thought these were probably the best. Return, 102 base damage, 100% accuracy, pretty good. And then if you really want, you can go for Giga Impact. It's kind of like Hyper Beam but physical, so if you really just want to get one last hit in if you know you're going to die. So, there's just one of those options. For your support moves, since this is Cherrim and always works best in a sunny day type team, you can either have it the one that actually sets up the sunny day, which isn't entirely preferred, because it has to set up the sunny day and then sword stance, so that takes 2 turns to set up, so meh. Tickle, because it'll lower their defense and attack, but we're really more cared about the defense, so then when you get that sword stance up, it'll be like +3 more like. And then attract, which is probably if this is going to be your sunny day, or you don't want this to have sunny day, this is probably the move that you want, because with the attract, I think it's only like a 50% chance of actually hitting if you're using a 100% move. So that'll make it a lot easier for you to set up those sword stance, because I'll tell you what, with its ability, which increases its attack when the sun is up by 50%, plus the sword stance, plus adamant max attack life orb, this thing does a lot of damage. So I was running a whole lot of calcs depending on with sun, with sword stance and whatnot, NU tiers and UU tiers, even an OU tier. So let's just get this started. Alright, so first one we're going to do is a seed bomb with the sun up plus a sword stance. And I was thinking of a couple of Pokemon in the NU tier that have quite a bit of defense. One that I thought of was Glaceon, so I came up with this imaginary set that you will never see unless if an SO tier set, but it's a max defense, max HP set, so that's a lot, and it does 75.4 to 88.9, but most likely you won't see that because most Glaceons invest more into special defense, so I didn't actually run calcs for like a normal set, a standard set for a Glaceon. But you'll probably be doing a lot of damage, and I think you can also outspeed it unless if it's scarfed. So that's also nice to know. And then I did a max defense max HP licky licky. You'll do 60.1 to 70.8%. So that's pretty sweet. So then I was doing some other sets for more specially bulky, because when they see the Cherrim, they're going to be thinking special attacker. So basically, if they're on the same page and you either want to like just go straight for the attack or set up a sword stance and attack, this is just how it works. So one decent special bulky or special defensive bulky Pokemon in the NU tier is Credilli. Without the sword stance, you're doing 42.6 to 50.3%. So if you do that, he probably would switch in or do some status move or something. And if he goes like recover, which would be a horrible idea for him because you're going to be able to outspeed, and if you get a sword stance up, you'll be doing 84 to 99.2, so you'll almost be able to KO the thing if it doesn't have max health. Another one that I was doing that's a very common, probably a good switch into a normal Cherrim, is a Gardevoir with max, because none of the normal sets on like Smogon or anything actually have any defense EVs put into it because it's a special wall. So without the sword stance, you'll be doing 64.7 to 76.8% to the max HP. Excuse me. Oh yeah, and also has 4 EVs in defense in it, but that's just whatever. And if you get the sword stance up, you'll be doing 129.7 to 152.9%. So that is huge damage right there. So now we're going to switch into the UU tiers. I'll skip that for now. Alright, so a good, even though I just consider this still UU, even though I just figured out today that it's considered OU, which stinks because I was actually going to do a set, and it's for Umbreon. So, if you don't have any sword stance up, it'll do, I think, 39.8 to 47.2%, and with the sword stance, you'll be doing 79.9 to 94.4, and that is max health and no defense EVs into it. Then I did a Clefable set, and this is the Encore set because this one seemed to have some defense and max health. So without the sword stance, and this is all with the sun if y'all can't get that, is 46.4 to 54.8, and if you can set up the sword stance, you'll be doing 92.4 to 109.1%. So you can, if with the sword stance up, one hit KO these. And alright, here's the big one right here. A very, very, very common physical wall in UU is Miltank. So all these calculations are for max defense, max HP, bold nature Miltank. This is some really heavy stuff right here. Okay, we're gonna start with just no sunlight, no SDs. You're doing at 20% to 24%. So not too much. If you get the sun up, you'll be doing 30% to 36%. And if you can get the sword stance up, you can be doing 60.2 to 71.1%. So yeah, that is a lot of damage. So if they keep trying to stall you out with like paralyze or whatever with milk drink, they're gonna be losing that because they won't be able to gain enough health back. So yeah, this is a really good Cherrim set. Swords dancing, it's pretty good. Probably the set if I would use would probably just be Seed Bomb, Return, Attract, and Swords Dance. You just have the sunny day already set up. You switch in, go for the Attract on the other Pokemon, go for the Swords Dance on the switch, and then just basically Seed Bomb and Return whatever they switch into, and you'll be doing quite a bit of damage. Especially if you can get 2 Swords Dances up, you will most likely be one hit KOing almost everything if it does not resist. So thank you for watching this Cherrim Set SO tier thing. Rate, comment, sub. If you have any suggestions for how this set can be improved, tell me in the comments below. If you have any other SO tier sets that you want me to check out, I'll just tell me. Just say, hey, I have this set for blah blah blah. And yeah, and I'll also give the links to Chuckles22 and Xenon 0120 because they're basically, well, Xenon started it, Chuckles got me into it, so whatever. Yeah, so thanks for listening, and goodbye.